So, Idia, I understand you studied the sword with Einherja. But what about this Barris person? He's from Eternia too, we?
Yeah, how many years ago was it when we first met? I remember it was just after I joined Master's school. That winter, Eternia was full of talk of an abominable snowman. Supposedly it was prowling the western corridor and ambushing unwary travelers. So I decided to go and deal with it myself.
How old were you then?
10? 12? Old enough to handle a sword, I can say that.
What? Nobody tried to stop you?
Sure, they tried, but I was having none of it. I even convinced Alternus to come with me.
Convinced? Or forced?
Anyway, we headed straight for the western corridor. But Einherja caught us before we got there. She'd been sent to bring me back. Alternus tried to help me get away, but Einherja got the jump on him, and my little game was over. Oh, you should have heard me whine. Einherja couldn't wait to get me back to town. But after all the running around and chasing, we were pretty exhausted, all three of us. That's when the blizzard hit. The world turned white. We could barely see, and then a giant figure slowly emerged.
The abominable snowman!
He knocked out Einherja before she knew what hit her. Alternus moved to protect me, but soon he too was on the ground, unconscious. Then it was my turn. I don't know how much time passed. I awoke inside a cave, warmed by a small campfire. When I looked around me, I saw Einherja on the ground, and also Alternus, battered and beaten. Then I heard the thud of heavy footsteps, and a giant shadow loomed across the cave wall.
The abominable snowman!
I knew it had come to eat us, but I didn't even have the strength to stand. I trembled in terror as the giant slowly turned and bared its gruesome fangs at me.
Yikes!
Then, I passed out again. Several days later, I was kneeling on the floor in fencing class, getting a real dressing down from Master. Father had already given me a spanking I wouldn't soon forget. It still stings just thinking about it.
Wow, so, you made it out alive?
Well, obviously. Otherwise I wouldn't be here telling you the story, would I?
Well, so, what happened to the, abominable snowman? Let me guess. It was actually Barris, right? What? Barris was the abominable snowman?
Don't be silly. Sir Heinkel had ordered Barris to chase the monster away.
Whew, that's a relief. But there really was an abominable snowman?
Kind of. As it turned out, it was just an ice golem that had escaped captivity. It had knocked us out before we could get a good look at it. But Barris showed up and drove it off before it could do any real damage.
Huh, then after, in the cave...
It was Barris who carried us there, to keep us warm and treat our wounds.
So the second time you passed out, that was Barris?
Yeah, that really cheesed him off. I just grinned at you and you conked out like I was some hulking beast, he said. I guess it hurt his feelings or something. Maybe he's more sensitive than he looks. Every time he saw me, every time, he'd bring up how I fainted at the sight of him. Anyway, he and Alternus ended up as good friends. And Einherja joined Master's school to study the spear. I guess you could say it was the abominable snowman who brought us all together. Anyhow, those two are impossible to talk to. Stubborn as behemoths, the both of them.
What was it they say? Birds of a feather?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Magnificent! Absolutely astounding! Oh, and so well preserved! Yes, I can see no reason not to register these ruins as Luxembourg's 3,867th Cultural Heritage Site!
Just as you say, ma'am, you've been so enthusiastic in your duties, nominating every ruin of any possible cultural significance. Why, you've registered so many sites that not being registered has also become a mark of prestige in culture. Yes, I'd say that this would be a perfect 3,867th Cultural Heritage Site. Nice and tidy and compact, and boring.
Yes, I know it all already. No need to preach to the choir, darling. Let's sit those lips.
Excuse me?
Hello, and who might you be, little girl?
That is Miss Idia Lee, ma'am. The young lady that you recently named Superintendent of Education in Florum.
Oh, of course! Yes! I had not forgotten, dear. I simply didn't recognize her face at first. And what is the superintendent here for, Oh, wait, I remember. Yes, that's it! She was to investigate whether the new academy in Florum should be co-educational or not.
Precisely, ma'am.
Yes, of course! I am so on top of things, it's frightening! Now, let us hear your opinion, Superintendent. Shall we separate boys and girls in the new school or not? Let's have it out of you! No dawdling!
Well, you see,
Enough waffling! Are you trying to vex me, you vexing vixen? Can't you make a simple decision?
Hang in there, Idia.
Take as much time as you need, Idia. After all, your choice is probably going to drag us into a battle against the losing faction.
You think so too? That's what I've been dreading. The new school in Florum should be co-educational.
And your reasons,
Florum has finally recognized the equality of the sexes and been reborn as a nation where men and women live together in harmony. Tradition is all well and good, but even the Sacred Flower Festival has changed. Why shouldn't its schools be any different?
I object, Superintendent Idia Lee.
You didn't even let me finish.
You dare stomp on the hopes and dreams of my loyal subordinate Idia? And to argue in favor of co-education, no less. You would sully the elegant traditions of this great nation in the name of some passing fad. You're a disgrace to educators everywhere! That's what you wanted me to say, right, Veeling?
So you want to fight, Einherja? I can't even pretend to be surprised.
I must say, I saw this coming as well.
Can't we just get this over with?
Finally, we cross blades again, Idia. Prepare yourself for a crushing defeat. Holder of the Valkyrie asterisk and mightiest of the Venus sisters, you stand before Einherja Venus! Forgive me, my sisters. You've grown strong. We will leave this place. Dry those tears. There are still a great many things you can do for this nation. Let us find another cause together. I will always stand by your side, Rhoda. Ryla?
Rhea Veeling.
Right. Now, farewell, Idia!
Wasn't that...
Your opponent, yes. Or your former opponent. We've just ruled in favor of your co-education proposal.
Truly? But Miss Veeling will also be teaching at the new school, won't she?
Yes, naturally. She's a perfectly capable teacher, after all. We would not exclude her due to petty politics.
Why, that's wonderful! To tell you the truth, I've always considered her awfully...
Yes, I could tell it at a glance. Now zip those lips. Hurry and go running after her. Run! You might still win her heart. Yes, I believe in you. Now off you go.
Yes, ma'am!
What's the matter, Idia?
I don't know. This just kind of brought it home, you know? There are so many sides to every story.
Yes, how much you've learned. Why, my naming you superintendent was clearly a stroke of genius.
Superintendent, huh? Moving up in the world, aren't we, idiot? To tell the truth, I'm thinking of giving up on the whole bone setter thing myself. Maybe even becoming a teacher or something.
Teaching what exactly? You do know that you need a license to teach, don't you?
A license? Course I got one of those!
You do?
Master Lair is one of the world's foremost martial artists, with certificates in every major fighting style, not to mention... a license to teach 22 fields of medicine, including orthodox qigong, chiropractic, acupuncture, moxibustion.
Say what?
Yes, a star instructor like you would surely attract promising students from around the world. What do you say? Worth a try, wouldn't you agree?
I don't know. I did tell Holly to come open a clinic with me. And recruiting students and all? That sounds like a royal pain.
No pain, no gain. What have you ever gained without pain? Nothing, that's what...
That mouth of yours! I think my ears are bleeding! Catch you later, you crazy old lady!
What an odd thing to say! Why, the Chancellor's only 40 years of age, middle-aged, yes, but not old by any stretch of...
Prima! Zip those lips.